Guys, so the people who live in America, let me speak for Texas because I don't know if it's a state to state thing. I don't know if my fears are warranted. So, I'm working from home today because the weather is crazy and it's snowy and we're not used to that in Texas. So we were asked to actually work from home. Those who made it to the office were sent back home because the heater just went off or went out. So I'm working from home. It's around 4:50 p.m. I'm supposed to clock out at 5 and then go pick up my son, and I'm alone in the house. My husband has gone to work. I'm not expecting any guest. We're not expecting any guest. We do not have any appointments because sometimes you have appointment with like the maintenance people of the apartment and stuff like that. So we don't have any appointment. So the bell rings and I've not ordered for any food, and I know my husband has not ordered any food. And I don't have a package I'm expecting from TikTok Shop or from Amazon or from wherever. So with all that said, I don't expect anybody to ring my bell or my doorbell. So I'm seated here and the doorbell, someone rings the doorbell. And I'm surprised because I'm like, we're not expecting anybody. Like, who could that be? And I'm thinking, maybe it's just the neighbor, maybe they want something. But as I walk towards the door, I am so scared to open the door. Guys, I've just been so scared. Like, since I got to this country, I've just been scared. Like, I can't explain to you guys, like, the fear I have. And it's all from all the stories that I've had people telling me and even watching news. So I'm just scared. Like, I'm literally scared. So now I walk to the door and I'm like, I cannot open that door because I don't know who it is and we're not expecting anybody. So I go to the window. There's a window, luckily. I pull up the blinds and I start speaking to that. So I make it, make noise to where the person can see that I'm trying to, give them my attention through the window. And I'm like, hello, can I help you? Because it seems like someone I don't know. And he shows me, a company name. And I'm like, do we have an appointment? And he's like, no, I just want to check the rates of your electricity because we noticed they've been going up. And, your neighbors downstairs also were using another company and we changed them and now their rates are down. Do you know what did he ask me? Do you know he asked something. Do you know something? I don't know, like the rate, that I get per something for the electricity. I was like, no, I don't know. So he asked what company I use, we use for the electricity. I tell him, still on the window, like I've just pulled the blinds, and he's like, well, I can check for you, and we can give you a better rate and stuff like that. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, I have been looking to change our electricity because that's a whole another story. Men are always like, as long as I've paid the bill, they don't really go to the market to search which is the cheapest. And so I've been wanting to change our electricity. So when he started talking to me, that sounded like something I want to listen, but I still was afraid to open the door. So I was like, do you have a card? And he said, yeah, I have a card. So when he pulled the card, I was like, please leave it at the door. I'll pick it up from there. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry, it's freezing. And I was like, okay. And so he went away. That's incident number 1. Very scared to open the door. I mean, if someone wanted to harm me, that window is actually glass, so I'm sure they can do it. But I feel like that's going to be so much fracas. So people would come or neighbors would come if they're interested to come, right? Because it's also not a guarantee that your neighbors can come to save you here. So that was 1. Number 2, yesterday, I just picked up my son from school, and we just parked or pulled into the parking lot, and I was trying to get him out of the car seat so he can, get into the house. And as I'm getting to his car seat, I see someone walking. Now we're in between apartments, so there's no road, like there's no pathway, unless you're trying to look for a panya route or a shortcut. So I see this black guy walking. Today's guy was white. So I see this black guy walking, and he's coming literally like he's coming towards me, and I start freaking out already. I'm like, so I stop, I stand up, because I was bending down to take my son off from his car seat. So I stand up and I start looking at him. And I looked at him like, where are you going? Why are you passing here? And he got to me. I think he could see I was like literally scared. And so he smiles and he says, hi. And I said, hi. And so he walks past me and goes on. So I think he was looking for a shorter route to wherever it is he was going. But that still got me scared. The other incidences is like people like to take walks here in the evening. And sometimes I used to do it at first when I started, and I realized like it's so lonely sometimes, and it's so like in the neighborhood, like there's no people. So sometimes it can just be you and one person on the road. And, you know, most times I'll take the walk with my son because at that time I wasn't working and my husband was working. So I used to really feel scared when I see someone who is just walking alone coming towards us. Like my heart will literally start pounding. And I've just been sharing these stories with like, you know, some people here, and they're saying it's warranted, because my only fear is always like, what if this person has a gun? That's the only thing I'm afraid of. Like, what if they have because people here just have them and they just use them anyhow. So that just keeps me so scared. I can't explain it. Like, is this warranted? Is this normal? Will I ever get to a point where I get past this fear? This is not something I used to have, you know, in Kenya. Like, I would never feel scared unless it's at night, because all these incidences are happening during the day. But in Kenya, I would only be scared if someone is walking towards me, if someone is knocking on my door, if it's like at night. During the day, I would definitely open the door and just listen to them. I wasn't really that scared. But here, oh man, I am so scared. I don't know. I don't know if time comes when you go past that, or you live like that for the rest of your life, or for as many years as you're here in America. And I don't know, just let me know in the comment section, man, if I'm alone or this is normal, or what I need to do to just overcome my fear, because it's real. It's really, really, really real.